Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going over the Hollowed Lair Nightfall, the Grandmaster version. We were getting some really good times using this loadout, so I figured I'd share it with you. We're running two Stasis Warlocks. One was running the Stag with an Ignition Code, Vex, and a Threaded Needle. We had another Warlock running Eye of Another World with an Ignition Code, a Tiku's Divination, and Threaded Needle. And then myself, I was a Tether Hunter using Top Tree with Orpheus Rig. I was running the Accrued Redemption, the Telesto, which is very strong for this, and a Reed's Regret. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to run through the strike like normal. You're going to come through here. Try to avoid these ads. You might get lucky and have people in the instance that have killed them already for you, but if not, just kind of take it a little slow here. Once you come in this room, there's going to be some ads that are going to spawn to your left, and then there's going to be an unstoppable champion on your right. So your Vex Mythic class user is going to stun the unstoppable champion while you kind of take out some of these smaller ads first. Once you've taken out most of the ads, the Telesto, you can use your Telesto or your Reed's Regret and do a bunch of damage to the unstoppable. Once you move up, a few ads are going to spawn in, so you definitely want to be careful of that. There's a couple that are going to have screams that can blow you up. So just be careful, move forward. Once you come here, there's an Overload champion, and he will throw out a bunch of those immune tether things, and it can be very annoying. Just be careful of that. You can throw the solar ones and the arc ones. Most of the time, the ones that really catch you off guard are the immune ones, the void ones. So you're just going to bake this boss, and what I do here is, because I am running special finisher, I want to have a ton of Telesto. I will go and I will finish most champions. I am only running Orpheus because I like to generate a ton of orbs for my teammates, and Aeons just wasn't really what was working well for us. So I didn't finish that champion that time just because I knew I had a brick of ammo at the start that I had seen. And you'll see me a few times. I do run around, check for ammo quite a bit. So here, I always will throw a grenade to the left, and then I will bake this champion in the middle for the boss, and the champion will spawn to the left of us. So I will go through a bunch of Telesto, melting the boss, and the few ads that will come up on me. Once I've done that, I will go back again and check on ammo. I did know that there was a brick up here. Go back, make sure I get my ammo. And then we will get rid of that unstoppable. We'll push up. Always be careful, there is a sniper up on the top left. And there will be a sniper on the bottom middle area behind where the other unstoppable is. So because I already have my super here, I am going to do a finisher and get myself some extra special, just because I'm not going to be using my super right away. So I definitely make sure I'm full on special all the time as much as possible. Once we come through here is kind of your first room that can give some people trouble, but this method that we used worked out really well. Your one Warlock will pop their super immediately, and he will go to the back and he will take out the two snipers and any of the other ads. While he's doing that, the other Warlock and the Hunter can now come in. I focus on the unstoppable champion because Telesto just does so much. And while I'm doing that, the Warlock that has Tikus is constantly stunning the Overload. So once I've done that, we then take out the Overload champion. So now that we've taken out the Overload, a good trick here is you can go ahead and cap this plate to about 3/4 or just over 3/4, so it's not all the way down, right about there. And then once that does, it's going to spawn the ads in, but it will not spawn in the team. So what you do now is you tether all the adds in the middle, and then try to bowl as many of them as possible. And then what you're going to do is I bake the right side unstoppable right when it spawns. So I'll throw a grenade, and I'll just spam Telesto. Telesto will pretty much take him out in a clip. The nice thing is the Warlocks have the freezing nades, always slowing and stunning everything, so it makes it very, very nice. So I'm able to get that finish off. And then I got a little too happy to try to finish that one. I thought he was weaker than he was, but unfortunately he wasn't. So I just let my teammates finish him off. I did know I had a lot of ammo, and they were all full on special, so we weren't too worried about it. And unfortunately, that barrel blows up and kills our other teammate. So now that we've done all the adds, we can just capture this plate, and it's going to spawn the tank in with nothing else. For the tank, what you're going to want to do is your Vex user is going to shoot one side of leg, and Telesto will shoot the other side. What you're going for is a double break, just does extra damage. So once you've done your break and you get to damage the tank, you just want to, you definitely want to one phase it. So spam your Telesto, your Legion threat, and make sure you one phase it. If you do not one phase it, it is going to spawn more adds, and you definitely do not want that. So coming up to this next room, again, it's going to be one unstoppable champion and a few adds. So all we do is they throw a dust field grenade to kind of bring everything to the middle. You get it all with one or two bow shots, and then all you're stuck with is the unstoppable. And just use your primary here. You don't really want to waste too much special. You can use a little bit just to keep them stunned. And then once you've used it, you're going to kill him. Then we're going to have the adds up here. This guy goes absolutely crazy. So he comes in, and then there's going to be a couple more adds that will spawn some of those baby screebs. Now, for this room, we really like using the Warlock super right off the bat. So the first Warlock will run forward, he will kill all the adds, and then the Hunter and the Warlock are going to take out one of the overloads. We found going after the left one first is easier just because you had more cover and could see it. Once we've taken out the one on the left, we then focus the one on the right. And then once we get this overload champion close, so we're gonna, unfortunately a teammate dies here, so we did have to kind of take our time. So we took him out, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna capture this plate. Now, a lot of people, what they've done is they will capture it until add spawn and then jump off. What we found is just as easy and saved a ton of time was just cap it the whole way. All the adds are still going to spawn, but you're only going to get a small set of adds halfway down. Only that little bit on the left there that you see spawning is all that you get once you jump back on and continue capturing. So we just went and captured the whole thing. As you can see, it didn't really give us much trouble. So now that we've done that, our next set of adds are going to spawn in. We're going to hold our supers here because these adds don't have any champions. This wave doesn't have any champions. So we're just going to take these adds out. Once they're almost done, I'm going to already start going to capture the next plate. I'm going to check, make sure there's no baby screebs going anywhere coming behind me. Take out that chieftain. Once he's done, we're going to capture this plate, and it's going to be the same thing. You're able to see where everything spawns, which is so nice to spawn. So I always paint Telesto on the ground, right where they're going to spawn, and it takes out a very good chunk of the adds. So you're not having to worry too much. Now, they can throw a lot of void grenades, and we did find that a lot of times they would die, and their void grenade would still land somewhere. So just always be careful of where those void nades are, because they will melt you like near instant. So again, on this part, the boss is going to spawn in. We do not use a super yet because there's no champion, and it's just a couple adds. So we take out this little bit. There'll be some on the right, some in the middle, and some on the left. I always like going to this right side. It gives you a lot of, there is a lot of cover here, and with, like I said earlier, with being able to see Scorn spawning, it makes it really easy to kind of pre-fire your Telesto and kind of keep yourself safe. So once you're done that first wave of adds, you're just going to do a bunch of damage to this boss. He's got a ton of health. You're going to use a lot of ammo, and you're going to take him to about a third. Once you've gotten to about a third, you're going to tether, and you're going to take out the ad wave. Now here, like I said, there's one of those void nades that I was talking about. I didn't even see it coming, it just was there. So unfortunately, that was a rough way to go down on that part. And then you can see the baby screeds, they're pretty adorable. I can see Bungie making those plushies in the future. So, now once we're here, all we got is the Overload Champion that spawns in. So we're going to focus on the Overload. We'll take that Overload Champion out. Just because you don't really want to deal with 2 Overloads if you don't have to. So don't, like, I'm never shy to use my Telesto ammo. I know I can get more at any time by finishing anything, so I will spam it on the ground, I'll spam it on the champions, I'll put it everywhere just because it's so good for controlling adds. It does great damage with particle deconstruction. You definitely want to be using this. So we've taken that out. Now what we're going to do is, the boss is going to spawn one more wave of adds when we do enough damage, but at that point as well, he's also going to spawn no more adds other than this wave. So what I like to do is I come back to this right side, I will take out whatever I can. One of our Warlocks does use a super for ad control, and while he's doing that, we will try to get the boss, which will just leave us with an Overload Champion to deal with. Now that that boss is down, we just have the Overload, and we will just melt the Overload. You can finish it if you want to, but you definitely want to try to save your super for the final bridge area, just because it makes controlling those adds a lot easier. So coming up here, there's going to be a sniper on the left side and the right side. So you want to have one person bow down the sniper on the left. You can't back off like that, which is really annoying. It's really frustrating because you can't really hit him. But eventually you'll get him, and it takes me a few tries. And then what I do is I come over to this right-hand side here. It gives you a good vantage point of where the Overload Champion is, as well as where the other sniper is. So once you take him out, you can move to the next area. Be careful with these, they rotate and they will take you off the map. So there's a reason to wait. They will kind of shake a little bit and then they will move. So be patient. Unfortunately, we had to use a res there, not a big deal. But be careful, and then it almost does it to me again. So once we run up here, we're going to tether. I always put the tether like pretty much right where the boss is standing. And then I will take out adds on the left here. And then I will focus on that sniper in the back. Whoever has the Tiku's Divination is also going to be just picking off adds from a distance. And your Vex Mythoclass user is going to be dealing with the champions. What I like to do here as well is I like to finish one of the Unstoppables, depending on what my ammo situation looks like. So what you can do is you can literally just spam Telesto down at those champions. And take out one, make the other one weak, you finish him, fill up on special, because you are not going to use your tether again until later in the boss fight. And by that point you will definitely have your super. Alright, so this is going to be the area where most people have trouble. The boss room is all about ad control and ad management, so you definitely want to be sure that you have the rotation of ads down, and you're just very cautious of how you're maintaining yourself throughout the practice. The first set of ads are going to always spawn right here. You're going to want to do just enough damage to the boss to spawn them, and that's it. You don't want to do any more. Once you've done that, you take out the ads that are there. You're then going to damage the boss again to make the ads spawn on the left side. Again, you also, so as you can see there, he almost one-shots me. I'm running arc resist and sniper resist, and that saved me a lot of times and a lot of runs. And so what we like to do is I like to come up on the right side there. It will drag up most of the ads to that stairwell, and then you can kind of pick them off from a distance. We always like to take out the ads from the opposite side of them. So if the ads are on the left-hand side, we like to shoot everything from the right, and vice versa. If they're on the right side, shoot from the left. It just keeps you safe, and it can help you from those baby screams. Once we know we've killed all the ads, we do our first wave of ads here. So I tether middle, I spray a few Telesto shots, and it takes out most of the waves. You want to be really aggressive here, because that tether can last long enough to tether 2 waves of them. I like to come up on this right side, and I like to throw a grenade, spam a bunch of Telesto on the stairs, and it's going to take out a ton of ads. You still need to be careful of the baby screams, because they will definitely, they will come up and surprise you out of nowhere, and that happens to me on quite a few runs as well. So as you can see, our ad clear there was really good, and we were able to have the tether last for pretty much 2 full phases of ads. Here, I like to get the champions weak enough and finish them, because I like to always have a full set of Telesto ammo. At this point, the boss is going to spawn back in, and you're going to do damage to him until he is immune. And this is when he's going to tether you for the first time. So you're going to wait here. You're getting tethered. I throw a grenade down to start to break his shield. And then as I get tethered, I hold back on the joystick. It slows down how fast he pulls you towards him. And then once he does that, you're going to come to this right side here. You're going to take care of the ads on the left. You always want to be careful to not do too much damage to the boss. You want to do just enough damage to have him spawn ads. And then once you've spawned the ads in, do no more damage to him. Focus on your ads, because if you do too much damage, they will spawn more ads, and you can get overran, and that can cause a wipe. So here we're just double checking, making sure that we've gotten all our ads down. We have. We're going to do it. Hit him with some more Telesto. It's going to take immune, and we're going to show that you're getting tethered. Get tethered one more time. Hit him with Telesto, a few more shots. Do some damage, and we're going to spawn the ads on the right, and we are going to take the ads out on the left. So I wanted to grab that orb because I knew I was close to a super. I knew we were getting to a point where I was going to need to super the next set of ads. So now we've taken the ads out. I got a little too greedy here, unfortunately, and I died. Trying to get that brick. I should have gone invis first and picked the brick up, but I was being a little too greedy. So once he picks me up here, we're able to spam more shots at him. Once he goes immune, he's going to go to the back, and this is going to be the last wave of ads. Again, we're going to tether. I like to throw a grenade to the left there. It takes a lot of the ads, especially the ones that are tethered. And then again, we're just going to go up on this right side, and we're going to paint Telesto. We were able to blast through that ad wave yet again. Once everything spawns, throw down a grenade. Spam Telesto on the stairs. You don't have to be shy with your Telesto. Like, you're gonna have so much ammo all the time in your finishers. Whenever at this point, you just want to kill the ads as quickly as possible to avoid just getting overran. Because if you don't, if you don't take out the ads quick enough, you're gonna get overran, and it's gonna be really tough. This was a very, very close moment that we could have been wiped. Just we started to get overran. The tether didn't last quite long enough, but luckily the Warlock used a super, which is good to have as kind of a backup. We were able to recover this. We finished taking out the ads. I did do another finisher just so I could get more Telesto ammo. And then I did feel like this was kind of like COD Zombies. I don't know, most people have played COD Zombies once or twice. And, you know, training the zombies is a lot like the ad control in the room, because you can just run in a circle and you can just keep them going. So that was kind of what I felt like it kind of was a lot like. So here, we're just going to take out this champion, and it's your unstoppable. Sometimes I'll finish them, sometimes I won't. It all depends on what our ammo situation is looking like. So here now with the boss, once he spawns in for his final phase, he can spawn in 2 electric fields now instead of the 1. And you want to do just enough damage so that he spawns in ads. So you're just going to make a couple Telesto shots and he's going to spawn in right. Going to toss a nade over there, hopefully hit where they're spawning. And then we're just going to pick them off again. I got in that could have been a really bad situation there. Being cornered like that and having nowhere to run would have been really bad. So I got very fortunate that that other electric field disappeared at the time it did. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do damage to the boss so that he tethers us. Same trick. Hold back. We're going to do just enough damage to break his shield and to spawn more ads. So that time we were not very careful and just sent him without making sure that we had killed all the ads. So there we go, we did enough damage. We spawned him in on the left side. We're going to take him out from over here. This is just playing safer. This definitely could be done faster if you wanted to be on that side, but we just found it's just as quick to kill the ads from this side, and it was just a lot more safe. So again, I'm double checking, I'm checking for ads, I'm checking for any more Telesto ammo. Want to be sure that I've gotten everything. Another good example why Telesto is so good with Particle. Breaking that shield, you can take it out a little quicker if somebody around doesn't have solar. We're going to do damage here, and this is pretty much the final part of the boss fight. We're going to do damage enough so that he teleports us the last time to tether. I throw my grenade down to break his shield, and just spam my Telesto at him, and then hit him with a few Reed's Regret shots, and that's your GM. So it's double loot this week, so get out and farm it. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope to put out more content like this in the future, and if you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. Later.